festivalcircuit.com and the director of the Texas Short Film Festival. The Texas Short Film Festival Fall 2022 is taking place in San Antonio, Texas at the Slab Cinema Art House on October the 22nd. And if you come and check out our festival, you're going to see films of all types. It doesn't matter if it's a music video, TV pilot, drama, comedy, science fiction, horror films. We're going to be showing it all. And it's going to be a nice showcase of films that are 30 minutes or less. So we are joined today by Kate Surinskaya, whose film Parallels, the judges were in love with, and she's been nominated for the Best Director Award. Congrats,
Thank
Kate.
You. Thank you, Michael. It's a pleasure to be here, and so honored with this nomination. It's fantastic.
Thank you for the kind words, and we appreciate you sharing your film with us. The production value, the acting, it's off the charts. It's really, really a beautiful film, very well done, with some very powerful moments in it. So I just want you to know the judges sincerely appreciate your work, and where there was a buzz going around when we reviewed your film in the session. So good job there.
Thank you. I so appreciate that. As a filmmaker, we don't always, have this feedback, and it's, every feedback I appreciate, and so I'm really honored. Thank you.
No problem. Well, I have a bad habit of giving away the synopsis of the film. I give away the end. I say things I shouldn't say. So I'm going to allow you, please, can you tell us what this film is about? What are people going to see when they come to the theater in October?
Sure. Parallels is very special film to me. It's based on a true story, and it's a story about a headstrong, creative teenager who yearns for the support of her working class parents in suburban Russia to pursue her career in acting, and more importantly, to move to the United States. Mm-hmm. And so all of this happens in the midst of her getting the news that is changing the course of her life and making her reevaluate what's important in life.
Yeah, a lot of people are gonna.
In the midst of like 2007, this is it's a period piece. It comes from 70s and to 2007, and the name Parallels come from showing the audience, how the mother-daughter paths are kind of similar.
I think people can really relate to the story, relate to the struggle, relate for that crossroads we sometimes get in life where there's like certain expectations for what you're going to do and then the realization of what you're actually going to do in life. And so you hit a lot of different nerves and chords here. And I think it's, universal experience that people experience throughout different cultures. So it's good to see this through your eyes. And I didn't really know it was a true story. I figured
there are a lot of elements that are from my personal experience from my life, and a lot of it taken from my mom's life as well. So I think it's a good story for someone who also wants to see, mother-daughter relationships and and I think a lot of people, at least my friends who saw the film, they were able to sort of pull something from their own experience and be like, oh yeah, I can see like parallels in my life now too with this and that. And it's like, it just reminded me of this quote by Steve Jobs, right? Who says that, you only can see it like when you look back on your journey. And so that's sort of happened to me. I started reminiscing in 2020 about like my mom's life and mine. And I was like, wow, this is, it's just kind of weird how a lot of things like are similar, without actually, making it in any way similar. It just happens that we take a lot from our parents, and, it evolves in a different kind of journey, but it has similarities.
Sure. And I was going to ask you about your inspiration to create the film, and I get that it's personal. Did you have any other inspirations or influences, or what made you stop and say, I'm going to tell this story?
there were a lot of things, that were happening at that time in my life, and so it just, I kind of was going back and forth. I wanted to make a film, and I kept coming back to my mom's journey, and but I was also like, I didn't know how to make this possible, because I mean, how can you tell a story of a this biopic, pretty much of the whole life of a person you care about, within, I couldn't wrap my mind around it that I can make a short film about it. I just always thought, like, yeah, maybe one day could be some sort of feature or something. But then at one point, I got this idea for parallels, specifically parallels in my life and hers, and I was like, this might be something. Like, and I just started writing, and it kind of flew. It's just like started flowing out of me, and I was like, this is it. I have to make this film happen. And so it was all moved by just emotions and things that I was thinking about at that time. Yeah.
All right. And from a production perspective, did you learn anything on this film?
Oh, yeah, so much. I mean, where do I start? Well, I guess, like, the major first of all, this film is like my first short, that I put together, as a producer, as a writer, as a director. Like, I had a part in it, so is I had to wear a lot of hats, which, and I have experience in production, but making it all happen, like when everything is on your shoulders, like you're just relying on no one but yourself. That was big for me. And a big aspect was something new that I've never done before was, crowdfunding.
Hmm.
Basically getting all the money, and that was something completely unfamiliar to me, and I had to learn from scratch. Like watching YouTube videos. And big shout out to Seed and Spark platform, because they provide all these like tools for free. They provide the courses, and I've watched them all. And yeah, so the marketing aspect and the crowdfunding was really new and big to me. And it's really really hard. So I can feel now for filmmakers who are trying to raise money. It's a hard process, but I've learned so much, and I would never trade it for anything else anymore. Yeah, it's and it's also kind of building not only, it builds relationship with also, I think, people who are supporting your film. Your friends, colleagues, and they all know what you're doing. And I've reached out to some people that I didn't talk before in a while, in many years. And this film allowed me to reach out and, even just say hi, and be like, hey, how are you? So it was very special, not just in terms of only money. It was also just very, very personal on a deeper level. I could connect with those people.
Hmm. Interesting. Well, it's like a reunion of sorts, I guess. I mean, when you're crowdfunding, it's marketing in many ways because you're seeing who's believing in you and who thinks your concepts are great, and
Yeah.
that's very powerful, very powerful. And Seed and Spark is a good platform. You'll have to post an update on there about your big nomination and let everybody know.
Yes,
So
I'm pretty on point with this, but yes, I definitely will post about Texas short film nomination. That's right.
good stuff. Well, what else are you working on in the future? What's going on?
So right now, I'm actually working on two projects. I'm gonna make a short film with friends of mine in November. We hope to enter the Sony competition in December. And then there's another big thing I'm working on, and that involves mostly finding money. That is my first feature. I already wrote a script, and it's a thriller script. So I'm really hoping to basically find like-minded people, good producers, who will be a part of my team, and we could make this film happen.
All right, good stuff. Oh, well, good luck on it. Is there anything else you'd like to add before you go?
I just would love to thank all of the supporters of the film, my friends, my colleagues, people who were by my side, the beginning through the inception of this film to completion. and obviously the Texas short film judges, because they invested their time in looking through my material, looking through my film, selecting it. It's and I know how much time they spend just selecting those films. So I really appreciate their work, and I'm honored to be a part of it.
All right, I'll pass on. Thank you for the kind words. I'll pass it on,
Of
and I'm
course.
sure that they'll appreciate it. And we're very proud to screen your film. Thank you again, and have a great week.
Thank you to Michael.